What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ghost. I'm coming to you from inside my truck. I thought I'd drop this video today to speak on freight brokering and how I'm set up. And when it comes to being set up, it's like this. Every business, everything, your setup basically will make or break your company. How you have your setup makes you seem either professional or unprofessional. For me, I like to look professional, even if I could be a tiny ass company with just one person in the office, but I'm gonna make my business look like it's damn near one of these multi-million-dollar companies, because I was always told in business, first impression is your best impression. Um, and there's no half stepping when it comes to launching something. So when it comes to how I'm set up, I set my businesses up somewhat of the same way, because I like them to be as professional and as positive as possible. I don't like no flaws in anything that I create when it comes to business, because I take business very serious. Um, and when it comes to my freight brokerage, it's kind of just like how I have my trucking company set up. But I'm gonna just break this down to y'all to kind of give y'all an understanding of why I do it. Now, this is how I do it. This ain't how other people do it. It's how I do it. I don't look at what other people do. I do stuff the way I do it because it makes sense to me. Now, what makes sense to me might not make sense to everybody else, but it's gonna make sense to me because it works for me. It might not work for other people, but it works for me, and it keeps me very organized. Being organized is like the number one thing that will make or break you. That's what I've learned in the past. The more organized you are, the smoother life is when it comes to running a company. So, we're going to start with your bank accounts. When it comes to me having a freight brokerage, I have 4 bank accounts. I have my main account, which is like basically where all my money passes through and goes to. That main account is just strictly for income coming in. Then I have my payroll, which the payroll basically pays my drivers. I mean, not my drivers, my carriers, my staff, and anybody else that I put on payroll. That's what the payroll account is for. So when all the money hits the main account, it basically I move everything to where it needs to be. Then I have the business bill account. That account is strictly for bills. Bills, whatever type of stuff that the brokerage might need, that all comes out of the business bill account. And then last but not least, you have the savings. I have the savings basically for taxes and stuff like that. Or either for taxes or when it's time to pay my bond or insurance, any type of down payments, any type of big lump sum payments that I have to make goes into that savings account. So my business bill account is strictly for bills or any type of expenses that the business may need. Payroll is basically just to pay people. And then the main account, that's just, where my money sits. Because I don't like spending out of the same account that my money falls into. Because I like everything, when I look at my monthly statements, I like to see like, okay, boom, 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 this looks good. When it comes to my main account, I like to keep that main account just there for strictly money just to go in there. Because when it comes time, if I need to get a loan or I need to get some type of funding where I have to show bank statements, I can use that main account that basically shows the lump sum of money that's coming into my account, and it just basically, you just see transfers. That's all you'll see inside that main account, is all the transfers. And then if they have questions, then I can break it down to them about what's going where and who's going what and blah blah blah, and so on. Then I have my emails. I have 3 different emails for my freight brokerage. I have my admin email, which is basically strictly main emails, just straight to the point, just bills. Everything else gets sent to admin. And then I have my support, where that's where my my broker agent, say if she needs to get a carrier packet or something like that, then she'll have you send it to support, and then she'll communicate with you through support. And that's how basically you'll get rate cons, carrier packets. She can talk to the shippers and receivers. That's basically the basic just line of communication. And then I have the accounts payable email, which is for billing. Anything dealing with billing deals with accounts payable. So if a carrier needs to be paid out, they need anything that deals with pay or anything like that, they email accounts payable, they'll get back to them. So then that way, when it comes to looking at your email, you're not bombarded with, you don't have stuff from your main email basically bombarding your support email that has all your carrier information and carrier communication. Then your accounts payable, you have everything separated so it makes sense and you can understand it. So when you look at it, you know specifically where to go, where to find it, because it'll be right there. Instead of, you have one main email and you got 10,000 things inside it, then you got to go fishing for certain things. That's confusing to me. I don't like the stuff being confusing. I just rather it be as simple and as laid out as possible, and it just makes sense. So, when it comes to how I'm moving my money and how I'm communicating, I got to make sure everything is on point. Everything basically is there. It's easy to find, you know exactly where to go. And then it's like within the support email, I have files for every single carrier that I deal with, every single shipper that I deal with. So whenever they send something, it goes straight into their file. So then you can just click on the file and see everything. You have all the communication of everything that you guys have talked about and done. Like, communication is very important in this industry, whether you're driving the truck or whether you're brokering freight. Communication is key. This is how I have it all set up. It makes sense to me. It might not make sense to other people, but it makes sense to me and it works. And it's very, very organized and smooth. My agent likes it. She loves it. So at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And when it comes to, as I decide to grow the brokerage, then, support might turn into the actual agent's name and whatever. But, you got to show loyalty to the company. You got to be with the company long term before I decide to grant you the wish of, oh, here's your personal email for yourself. Like, because, starting off, you got to start off small, but not too small. So at the end of the day, once she is, where we need to be, then, and we start branching out, getting other agents, then, we'll come up with other emails and stuff like that. But until then, you got to start small, but at the same time, look big. So with that being said, I hope this video helped out. I'm going to be dropping another video on how to get customers and stuff like that. It's actually going to be a pretty solid video. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, love, peace, prosperity, and I will catch y'all on the next video. Deuces.